Hello students, good morning. So today I am going to teach you another figure of speech, that is simile. Okay, so now let's get introduced to simile. A simile is a figure of speech in which two essentially dissimilar objects or concepts are expressively compared with one another through the use of like or as. So you compare two totally different objects using like or as to create a simile. Okay, a proper simile creates an explicit comparison between two things that are different enough from each other such that their comparability appears unlikely. For example, the statement, "This poem is like a punch in the gut," features a simile. The poem is being explicitly compared to a punch in the gut. So, this poem is being compared to punch in the gut with the word like. Okay, so you use like and as to compare two totally different objects. Okay, this is an effective simile in that a poem is not at all similar to a punch in literal terms. So if you see in literal terms, both are totally different. It cannot be compared at all. Okay, it's not at all same and it cannot be compared at all. But however, figuratively, okay, the simile is comparison and association between these two things establishes that the impact of the poem on the speaker has the force of and feels similar to a punch in the gut. So we make it feel as if it is similar. Okay, so that is where the talent of a simile writer lies. Can we understand? Okay. Now, so let us see what simile is in more clear terms. A simile is a comparison using like, as, resembles, or than. Okay. For example, Pyro's eyes were as green as a spring meadow. So you're comparing Pyro's eyes to a spring meadow. It is as green as a spring meadow. So her eyes were green as a spring meadow. So this is what simile is. Okay, and the most famous phrase is as cool as cucumber, which you could see many people commonly using for a person who is tension free. Despite so many troubles, the person remains as cool as cucumber. So this is one form of simile. Okay, now let us see the common examples of simile. There are many common examples of simile used in everyday conversation and writing. Here are some well known phrases that utilize this figure of speech. So, nutty as a fruit cake, slept like a log, sly as a fox, fits like a glove, cool as a cucumber, blind as a bat, light as a feather, like watching paint dry, works like a charm, old as the hills, pretty as a picture. So you would have experienced, but you would not have known that it is simile. So this is a presentation to make you understand that these are all simile, which is another figure of speech. Okay. So examples of similes for love. One of the most common concepts to feature simile as a literary device is love. Okay, so if you want to express love more beautifully, you use simile. Here are some memorable lines and quotes that showcase simile as an effective comparison for describing love. So if you see L.H.L. Mencken's work, he says, "Love is like war. easy to begin but very hard to stop. Okay, so he compares love to war in this. Whereas Khalil Gibran, he says, love, life without love is like a tree without blossoms or fruit. Okay, so that's how he compares. Bruce Lee, he says, love is like a friendship caught on fire. Billie Holiday says, love is like a faucet, it turns off and on. Paul Simon says, and she said, losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody sees the wind blow. Oscar Wilde says, keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. Emily Brown says, love is like the wild rose briar. So these are the many similes where love is being compared. Okay, so this is a famous phrase which people use. Now we are going to see more famous examples of simile. Simile is also found in many famous examples of poetry, prose, drama, lyrics, and even clever quotations. Here are some famous examples of simile. Easy like Sunday morning, Lionel Richie. Blade Runner says all those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Albert Einstein says life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. So he compares life to riding a bicycle. Okay, so it's more easy to understand. John Green says that always seems so ridiculous to me that people want to be around someone because they are pretty. It's like picking your breakfast cereal based on color instead of taste. And Lamotte says, not forgiving is like drinking rat poison and then waiting for the rat to die. Then E.L. Doctorow says, writing a novel is like driving a car at night. You can see only as far as your headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way. See how beautifully they have compared using similes. Okay, so these are famous examples. Now let us understand the difference between simile and metaphor. Both are figures of speech designed to create meaning through comparison. Both are figures of speech designed to create meaning through comparison. Simile is actually a subset of metaphor and is distinguished by the presence of one or two words like and as. So, as I said earlier, simile is used with the help of words like as, like, and as. Okay. So, but metaphors create direct comparison without using like and as they directly compare. Okay, so metaphors create direct comparisons without using either of these words, whereas similes feature either like or as in making a comparison. So that is the difference between a simile and a metaphor. In simile, you use words like and as to compare, whereas in metaphor, you don't use any words, you directly compare. Is it clear? The following lyrics from the songs featured in Walt Disney's Bambi is an example that illustrates the difference between simile and metaphor. Love is a song that never ends, one simple theme repeating. Like the voice of a heavenly shore, love's sweet music flows on. Now, if you see the first two lines, it is a metaphor. So, love is directly compared to a song that never ends. So, here, love is compared to a song that never ends directly without the use of words like and as in simile. Okay? So, love and a song are seemingly unlike entities. The metaphor connects them such that the comparison makes sense to the audience. So we know that both are two different entities, but still the metaphor connects them so as to bring in a connection and make sense to the audience. Okay, by linking love to a song that never ends, the metaphor enhances the meaning and audience understanding of love as a concept. So here the audience is made to understand love as a concept. So this is how metaphor works. Okay, whereas the last two lines of these lyrics feature a simile. The way love's sweet music flows is compared to the voice of a heavenly choir. So if you see there, they would have used the word like. Okay, so it easily shows that it is a simile. The previous metaphor has established love as a song. Therefore, the simile advances this meaning by comparing love's music to a choir's voice. Could you understand? So this is the difference between a simile and a metaphor. Writing a simile. So overall, as a literary device, simile functions as a means of creating an equivalent comparison or establishing similarity between two seemingly different things. This is an effective figure of speech for readers in that simile can create an association between two dissimilar entities or ideas that illuminate each other and enhance the meaning of both. So, you try to understand two different objects and how they have a connection, and you connect them both and you enjoy the writing. So, this is the beauty of the simile. Simile is an essential literary device for writers of both poetry and prose. So it's a very beautiful literary device used by writers and poets for their type of writings. Okay, it is important that writers construct proper similes so that the comparative meaning is not lost for the reader. So you have to see that it makes sense. You just cannot compare anything with anything. Okay, in fact, like metaphors, similes are dependent on the understandable combination of a principal term and a secondary term. So the main term and the secondary term has to have a connection. Okay, it is both for both metaphor and simile. The principal term conveys the literal entity to be described, and the secondary term is used figuratively to add meaning. So if you need to add more meaning to the principal term, you use the secondary term, that is with the help of words like and as for a simile, whereas in metaphor you directly compare. Okay, for example, in the simile, the cat's fur felt smooth as silk. The principal term is cat's fur, okay, and the secondary term is silk. So by comparing the smooth feel of the cat's fur to the feel of silk, the reader's understanding of the texture of both things is enhanced to through figurative language. So you know how a silk would be, okay, and so the writer compares silk to the cat's fur. Okay, so you can easily understand that cat's fur is very soft like the silk. So this is how you have to make a comparison, and you have to be very careful in seeing that it makes proper sense and makes a proper connection. Okay, just you cannot use any words, any principal term and any secondary term and make it feel like a simile. It will not work. You have to think and use it carefully. The simile creates imagery. Okay, simile similes allows readers to create imagery for readers through figurative language that might otherwise be limited by just descriptive language. In other words, an effective simile eliminates the need for excessive explanation or description on the part of the writer. Instead, by creating similarity through comparing two different things, an image is created for the reader to allow for greater meaning and understanding. This imagery is a powerful result of using simile as a literary device. Okay, So you can create imagery. The simile it allows the writers to create imagery for readers that might otherwise be limited by just descriptive language. Rather than limiting it to descriptive language, you simile allows writers to create imagery. Okay, so there is no need for excessive explanation. Instead, use appropriate word and it creates an imagery. Okay, so the reader tries to form an image in his mind, and that is how simile works. Okay, generate thought and emotion. So simile helps to generate thought and emotion. When writers utilize simile as a literary device, it generates thought on the part of the reader regarding the logic or truth in such a comparison. These thoughts in turn can evoke emotion in the reader through the realization that the comparison is valid and reflects a level of truth that may not have understood before. Similes are especially effective in poetry as a means of portraying truths in a lyrical yet concise manner. So, if you want to bring in some truth, you use similes. Okay, and it also helps to create thoughts and also emotional feeling. Okay, then these thoughts can evoke emotion in the reader through the realization that the comparison. So the comparison has to be valid. The writer has to make very clear that the comparison he makes is valid and helps to get a connection, okay, between the principal term and the secondary term. Okay, then now the benefits of using similes can help to improve your description. What you may tend to describe, this using simile will help. Okay, then clarify your message. It will help to clarify your message. It will help get a deeper meaning. Okay, then better demonstrate an action. What cannot be explained through paragraphs, it can be explained through a simple simile. Okay, but it has see the writer has to be careful to see that he makes an effective comparison. Okay, then intensify an idea. It helps to intensify an idea or thought. Okay, then conclusion. So, because of its effectiveness in illustrating otherwise difficult concepts, similes are frequently employed in writing where the author is limited in the amount of description they can put to paper. Instead of writing lengthy paragraphs or lengthy sentences, if the writer just thinks a little and puts it in a simile form, the writing becomes more clear and more beautiful too, and the readers can easily understand what it is. Okay, hence the relative abundance in songs, poetry, and witty quips. That is why similes are abundantly found in songs, poetry, and witty quips. Okay, there you cannot be using long sentences. Okay, this is where similes help. When writing similes, it is important to carefully pick out ones that can be understood by as many of your readers as possible. So, you have to see that your readers clearly understand what you are trying to say. References to Harry Potter may be clear to a lot of people who have read the books or watched the movies, but how sure are you that your audience of electrical engineers will get the comparison? Engineers, don't think the engineers would have read Harry Potter. Only people who love literature will read that kind of books, whereas an electrical engineer will be well versed in his subject only. So you have to understand the whole lot of your readers. Okay, they may be anyone. They may be an engineer. They may be a lover of literature, or may be anyone. Okay, but to see that the simile which you use is understood by all types of readers. That is very important. Okay, one word of caution: if you are using an unoriginal simile, make sure it doesn't fall under the category of glitches. You have to make sure that it is misunderstood. Okay, a lot of similes have been overused through the years. After all, insert them and it will betray a lack of original thought. And if you just try to insert whatever you want to, whatever you feel like, it will not convey the original thought. It will be easily misunderstood. Okay, so the writers have to be very very careful when using similes. Okay, but of course, if you need to ask me, I can say that simile is a beautiful form of language where a little bit creativity and little bit thought process can be combined to make it more beautiful and easily understood by the readers. Okay, so these are the links which helped me to create this video, and I'm thankful. Thank you, students. I hope you understood simile well, and hope you will apply them in your writings as well. Thank you. All the best.